What's up guys, it's GDI here again, back with another reaction video. Today we're going to be reacting to someone who married their cousin and had 3 kids with them. So I don't know about anyone else, but I actually grew up really close with my cousins, so personally, it doesn't get much weirder than this for me. So I guess without further ado, let's just hop into this thing. Let's go. And actually, one more thing before we get started is I went to get coffee this morning, and I kind of just grabbed a random mug out of the cabinet. And it was actually, let's see if you guys can see this. It's actually this one. It says wash your hands, and on the bottom it says your mom's house. So we're starting off great today, guys. Let's get into it.
After 3 kids and 10 years of marriage, we found out we were cousins.
Wait, what? I thought they knew beforehand. I thought they knowingly married each other knowing that they were cousins. They didn't know for 10 years? They really found out from a DNA? Oh my, bro, this is actually insane. This is like some shit you'd call in on like Dr. Phil, bro. Stop making this documentary and call a doctor or a therapist, someone.
We decided to do our DNA test, and that's when we found out. I was a little sick to my stomach. In my head, I thought we were supposed to get divorced.
Yeah, well, you are supposed to get divorced. You're literally related.
People have called it sick of our relationship after they found out we were cousins.
Why would you marry your cousin? Disturbing and disgusting. I'd be embarrassed if I were those kids.
Before the DNA test, did you have any suspicion you two were related at all?
Don't break it.
Why did they just cut it like that? They didn't answer the question. So what? There was suspicion and they were like, roll the dice, baby. I'm feeling lucky. Like, if you had suspicion, then you should have gotten the DNA test then, dog. What?
Good job.
Who was the strict one of the two of you?
I would say me. He tries to be more of the friend, and I have to be the parent.
No. He's actually more like a cousin. Because he actually is a cousin. And this is actually disgusting.
Don't get me wrong, like he'll help with parenting sometimes. He's more like my 4th child, basically.
Well, yeah, that's why you're not supposed to marry your cousin.
We met at a Halloween party. We just decided, hey, let's go on a date. And then we went to the bowling alley, right?
I told her if I get 1 pin on this next throw, you have to give me a kiss. I got my 1 pin that I wanted.
And we kissed.
It should have been, if I get this 1 pin on the next throw, we take a DNA test, babies, to make sure we're not cousins. Woo!
We were like inseparable after that.
Some magnets got attached.
Yeah, we were like this.
Y'all are related. Knock this shit off, man. What is this? Like, I just know for a fact that they had to have some suspicion that they were related. The fact that they didn't answer the question earlier. This whole thing is just super weird and definitely could have been avoided.
This July, it will be 17 years of marriage, and we've been together for 17 years and 4 months. We had a short courtship. We have 3 kids, 2 boys, 1 girl.
You guys have been married for 17 years? How long have you known you were related? This is way too long to have been going on justifiably. You guys probably found out like 10 years ago and were like, shit, let's run with it, you freaking nut jobs. I'm sorry, but like, bro, y'all need to be on Dr. Phil or some shit at this point.
Grandpa's supposed to be coming over later. It's okay. You know, a happy marriage is your belly. It's through the belly.
Honestly, if they weren't related, they'd be a perfectly normal family. But the problem is, you are related. There's no way around it, bro. Like, you gotta really address this freaking issue, man. Don't make a documentary about it. Like, actually address the issue. I think y'all probably need some therapy.
I started really diving into my DNA because I wanted to find out my heritage. My daughter, she's really dark-skinned. And then my son, he has curly hair. My middle child, he's light-skinned. When everyone would ask, like, what are you? What are you? I didn't really give an answer besides, hey, I'm Native American.
Well, I guess now you can say, hey, I married my cousin. And we're all the same.
Before the DNA test, we had no suspicion whatsoever.
Phew, oh my gosh, they avoided that question in the beginning of this video. That scared the shit out of me, okay? Phew. Like, if there was genuine suspicion, okay, this whole situation's fucked up. But because it was an accident, it makes it a little more understandable, I guess. But, like, didn't you guys have some relatives that you both already knew? Like, come on now. Like, I just feel feel like somewhere across the line, you'd realize the wires are kind of crossing, you know?
We sent in our swabs. There was a match. There's a database, a whole thing of cousins pull up. And he pulls up and I go, oh goodness. When I realized that we were cousins, I was a little sick to my stomach.
I mean, yeah, obviously, that seems like a rational response to have right there.
And he goes, no, babe, it's nothing. He was in complete denial.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is not the response you want.
I was like, this is weird. I can't believe we're cousins. And then he started realizing little things started coming up. And he's like, okay, maybe we are related.
What do you mean, the little things? Like, you guys share the same uncles and, oh wait, the same family? You probably could have figured this out on your own.
Have you figured out how closely related?
The DNA test has confirmed that we are 3rd to 5th cousins.
Alright, right here we actually find out that they're 3rd to 5th cousins, which is actually kind of weird because I think in some states in the United States, they actually legalized 3rd cousin marriage. So, I mean, technically this is legal? What? I don't know, man. Still seems very wrong to me.
How did you feel like after finding all this out and knowing you had 3 children?
In my head, I thought we were supposed to get divorced. And then I started more thinking to myself like, hey, for our children, for our household, we need to keep it together and stay together.
So I understand 2-parent households are better for kids statistically, but I don't know if that statistic really holds the same amount as weight when the parents are cousins. Like, these kids are gonna get bullied, man. Like, you made a whole documentary about this. These kids are gonna get bullied. Like, I think you're gonna need to invest in some serious therapy right here, man.
It was a pivotal moment for us because you're not supposed to look at your cousin or be with your cousin, and I didn't mean it, but it happened that way.
We've gone this far, and is to death do us part in my book, so I wasn't gonna leave over something like that.
I'm starting to think this dude likes this cousin shit a little too much. Like, leaving never crossed your mind? Are you serious? Even after you found out that you guys were related, you didn't want to leave a tiny bit. That's wild.
When you first told your children, how did they react?
They didn't ask too many questions. My son, my middle, he goes, well, does that make us sister and brother and cousins then? I guess so, yeah.
I mean, what do you expect them to say? They're not that old. They don't have the right questions to ask right now, and they barely understand why the hell you married a cousin in the first place, dog. Like, you better start teaching them that incest is bad before they start trying to marry their freaking cousins, dude. Let's not sort of domino effect out of this now.
Bingo!
How do you feel about everything?
It's kind of normal because since they're my parents and like there's nothing really weird about it because they've been married for a long time.
Sometimes I felt a little bit weird about it because it's not something you want to brag about or like put out to the world or nothing like that.
Exactly, this kid gets it, and yet the parents are the ones signing the release form for this freaking documentary to go out. You kind of want your kids to be bullied. What is this shit?
They found out before they got married, I think there'd be something obviously wrong with that, but since they found out after, there's not one single problem I see wrong.
I do actually gotta say, that kid definitely has a good head on his shoulders, you know. He understands the situation and is like, you guys didn't know, and now we're kind of in this weird situation where we kind of just have to go with it, so it is what it is, man. But, nah, seriously, like, what do you expect these kids to say? Like, they're put in this situation, there's really nothing they could do about it, you know?
I first heard about it, and it wasn't that special to me. I just kind of forgot about it because I was pretty young.
And of course they have this kid going, I didn't even know they were cousins, da-da-da-da-da.
Why did you decide to make it public?
I am related to my husband. I was like sitting there one night and I was like, let's just put this in here, and I did not know it was going to blow up that big. I did not.
You're surprised you blew up? It doesn't get much crazier than this. You accidentally married a cousin, had 3 kids with him, and then found out you were related. Like, it does not get weirder than this. Yes, this stuff will go viral.
One person on there said, this is so disturbing. Why would you marry your cousin? They look so much alike. How did they not know? I feel bad for the kids. Hopefully people don't bully them. I'd be embarrassed if I were those kids.
I understand hate comments and stuff, they really suck and can really bring your morale down, but truth be told, you guys are the one that made this crazy, insane situation public. Like, how did you think people were gonna react? Like, woo! Congratulations, you married a cousin, let's go. Like, no, people are gonna be like, yeah, dude, you gotta go on Dr. Phil and find a therapist ASAP.
Like,
And that's just the sensitive spot on me when they bring the kids up into it. For their social life, getting out as much as it did, the bully part of it, that was one of the first things that concerned me.
It didn't concern you that much. You're still doing the freaking documentary, outing your kids right now, dude. And your kids probably have no say in this documentary. Like, that's the really messed up part. Like, they have to be in this because you signed for them.
How does that make the two of you feel?
It's irritating, but I stopped taking it. I stopped reading them. Like I said, you can't read into it and take offense to it. Because you take offense to every negative post, you're gonna be mad all the time.
I know this dude married his cousin and all, but like, that's actually some pretty good advice right there. Haters are always gonna be all over the place, man. If you could actually just ignore that stuff and keep chugging along, you'll be all right.
we accidentally married each other's cousins, like, whoop-de-doo, you know? And I did get a little backlash from that side, and I'm like, well, you guys don't want us to judge you, so why are you judging us?
Oh, why are they judging you? Because you married a cousin, you dummy! What do you mean? Most people don't do that, okay? And I understand it was an accident, but most of the time, that shit don't happen.
Hey Mark, how you doing, buddy? See you. Nice to see you. Go Nuggets. Go Nuggets.
Did you ever have any ideas or suspicions about Selena and Joseph being cousins at all?
Imagine this dude's like, yeah, I knew. I just didn't want to tell him. I wanted the shit show to unfold.
No, I didn't.
I wish we would have. But in a way, maybe we wouldn't be together. We're going to have 3 beautiful children. So in a way, maybe it was a good thing we didn't know.
Or maybe it would have been a good thing to know so you could avoid the situation.
Did you think they should have stayed together?
Oh, definitely, they should stay together. They're grandchildren. They're very good together. They complement each other, and they're our family.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you not only married your cousin, but you made a documentary about how you married your cousin. You have to stay together because I don't know if you can recover from this. Like, imagine you meet a girl and she's talking about her ex, and then you find out she was actually cousins with her ex and had 3 kids. Yeah, you'd probably hit the deuces button.
And they'll be together for a long time, just like me and my wife. I would have accepted them anyway. They're my family. There's a lot of people out there that will add their 2 cents to something without looking at that everything. So, you know, guys, we love you, and we'll always be there for you.
Good papa.
Guarantee it.
I do gotta give it to them, though. They really do have an amazingly supportive family to be, like, wrapped up in this crazy situation, and they're all just very supportive of the whole family and even the kids. So, honestly, it's very good for them. I like to see it.
Well, nothing's really changed since it all came out. Everything's been the same. Like, our inner circle or people that are closer to us found out. They already knew.
I mean, yeah, I would hope they didn't find out by, like, them turning on the TV and you guys are on there talking about how you married cousins. Like, that would be crazy.
Or they saw the social media post and they already knew it ahead of time. And to all the people that were giving us negative comments, it's easy to speak on the outside when you don't know the whole inside story. 1 year in, 5 years in, you know, we found out almost 11 years later, 3 kids later. It's just not something you can just break up and walk away from.
11 years? They didn't know until 11 years later? That's crazy. But I do kind of understand why, like, dude, you just spent 11 years building this family and then you found out you're related. Like, that is kind of a hard thing to just up and walk away from.
I think that the future holds a lot more good, you know, like our kids. I just want to see them succeed.
And eventually down the road become grandparents.
Long
down the
way
road.
down the road.
Alright guys, that's gonna wrap up the video here today. But I do understand, like 11 years of building a family and then it's all just kind of, you know, you find that out and it's almost about to come crashing down. Like, I see why they stayed together. It honestly makes a little bit of sense to me, but, you know, it's still just a crappy situation to be in. But anyway, I hope everyone in the story, I obviously hope them the best, and I hope none of those kids accidentally marry any more cousins. I hope this is where the trend stops, okay? But anyway, if you guys enjoyed, there's more videos down below in the description. Anyway, like and subscribe for more content just like this. And as always, I'll see you guys later.